Hi everyone, I'm Nicholas Yu from the Science Academy, and today we're going to talk about the fifth flavor profile, which is umami. Alright, let's start with the four basic flavors. We have sweet, salty, sour, and bitter. But there's a fifth flavor profile which is known as umami that comes with a meaty and savory taste. Have you ever seen a recipe that calls for the addition of shiitake mushroom, fish sauce, soy sauce, and even Japanese miso? Now they are added for the purpose of creating an additional umami profile to the dish itself. Umami was first identified by Japanese scientist Kikune Ikeda, a professor of the Tokyo Imperial University in 1907. One day, he was actually having boiled tofu in kombudashi, and he was intrigued by the taste of it, and that led him to investigate and analyze the composition of the kombudashi, and that's where he found glutamate. Now, we have to know that glutamate is one of the most common amino acids in food, and naturally itself is also found abundantly in the human body. Our body craves protein in our food, so when we taste food that is actually rich in that umami flavor itself, there are raised bumps on our tongue that are known as papillae that contains receptors that is sensitive to these chemicals. Now in turn, it produces a neurotransmitter known as serotonin. Alright, some call it as a 5-HT that actually sends signal to the brain. And this serotonin, as we all know, plays a very important secondary role in positive mood regulation. Now, in addition to that, saliva in our mouth is produced in a larger amount, and we also preemptively get our tummy running in the inclusion and the increased production of gastric juices, which contains essential enzymes to help us to digest our incoming protein meal. Now, ultimately, with this information, Professor Ikeda is able to create a synthetic form of monosodium glutamate, or what we all fondly known as MSG, under the branding of Ajinomoto. Now, this allowed us to add in an umami flavor profile to any dishes anytime that we want. Now, for those Weight Watchers, umami flavor itself could actually be a godsend, because by taking in an umami-rich broth, it can help to promote the feeling of satiety as well as fullness, and that might cause you to reduce your food intake. Umami taste itself could also play a very critical role in reducing your sodium intake for those that's watching your blood pressure. Now that's because by adding whole foods such as dried mushroom, seaweed, or even tomatoes, it can give you that umami flavor without any added salt. However, if MSG or table salt has to be added, MSG seems to be a marginally better choice as it has 28% lesser sodium as compared to the latter. Ultimately, everything in moderation. Curious mind, everyday discovery.